Hello, and welcome to the Tabletop Travel Guide, the podcast where we explore fictional worlds and civilizations right from the comfort of our own table. Today, Tabletop Finds presents our gift guide.
Gift guide.
In honor of all of the winter holidays that involve gift giving, we are going to discuss some of our fun items that we've found. You can gift them to your party as the GM. You can spend some gold to give yourself a gift, or you can just add them to your wish list if you happen to be broke.
In character or in life.
You know, whatever you want.
What, you don't have like 10,000 gold jingling around in your pockets?
We all picked level 20 items, right? We're going for the wish list.
So if you haven't been around, I'm Sam.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Ryan.
And we're going to start off with Ryan's first pick.
Okay. So every good adventuring group has your bard, your person who keeps all the stories, right? But that person can be really tough to buy for sometimes. Like, they already have their musical instrument. They already kind of have their shtick, right? So what I thought, how about a dancing scarf?
Ooh.
Oh.
This scarf, when activated, gives a +1, or the greater version gives a +2 bonus to your performance check. So it kind of like jumps off your neck and starts like dancing around next to you as you play your lute or your bagpipes or whatever bardic instrument you are playing.
Nice. What level
It's
item
your
is
hype
that?
man.
The lesser is only level 3,
Oh, okay.
and then the greater is level 9. So
Nice.
it's a very like, you know, we can find a person who can buy this. It's not too expensive.
Yeah.
Especially if we're talking like the scale of Golarion adventures. This is a very inexpensive gift. Could even be a stocking stuffer.
Nice. Can you imagine, though, like, it could almost be like a good gag gift where you just give them the scarf and they're like, oh, this is just a nice scarf. And they start playing and then it starts dancing. It's like, oh, gosh.
Oh, that'd be even better. Yes. Give it to like the barbarian who doesn't know and it jumps out. It even has like bells on it so it can like jingle while it dances.
Oh.
Nice. I like it. Cool. So I was thinking about giving a gift to a wizard or spellcaster probably a wizard who also likes to dabble in, some alchemy stuff and maybe
Ooh.
just also likes to maybe cook.
A wizard who has some other hobbies.
Yeah, has some other hobbies, is kind of like the party, maybe not the party mom, but the party...
Party mom or dad.
The
party nanny.
The party adult. Like
Party adult.
Making sure everyone's well fed, making sure everyone's good. So my first item is level 4, Draxy's Recipe Book. So this is a grimoire. What these are, if you haven't looked at them, they're basically books that can replace your spell books that have extra features in them.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a tiny book created by a famous Draxy chef. And what a Draxy is, it's a little dragon sprite. So it's like a little tiny fairy dragon sprite. So it's a little tiny book, but it can resize itself to fit any person's
That's
hands.
pretty cool. That alone is pretty cool.
Yeah. And so most pages are blank, 4 spells for you to put in. The first 4 pages are taken up by a complex seasoning recipe that requires a casting of glitter dust. So once per day as a free action, if your next action is to cast glitter dust, all creatures within the spell's area are covered in a spicy red powder.
This is hilarious.
And any attempt to grab or grapple that creature or swallow whole gains a +1 circumstance bonus to the attempt, or a +2 bonus if you're using a jaws attack or similar mouth-based attack.
That's awesome.
Due to the target's extra deliciousness and savory smell.
Oh, wait, so it's a bonus.
Yeah, so it's a bonus.
So it makes it easier to swallow something whole.
Yeah.
Or eat
Oh,
it.
wait.
Yeah.
I thought it was like too spicy and it hurt them.
No,
It makes them more delicious.
No, it's a good seasoning. So you glitter dust an enemy and then they're easier to grapple.
Okay.
You've made them a delicious roasted chicken.
Okay.
Yes.
For some reason, in my mind was like, party wizard, hit me with the spice. Okay.
Yeah. Also, it can cover in season up to 100 pounds of prepared food within the area. If you just like glitter dust a table of food.
That's very efficient.
Yeah. So I thought that'd be great for a wizard who has their spell book, but also likes to cook and likes to make enemies tastier to grapple.
Oh, I like it.
Nice.
Yeah. And again, it's that level 4 item, so it's like pretty not too hard to pick up.
Yeah. Not unreasonable to find.
Draxie's recipe book.
All right, so my first item is the gift that you give when you have forgotten that you need to give someone a gift.
Of course.
So this is a versatile gift. You can, use it in a couple of different ways. So good party coverage when you're like, oh crap, I didn't get a gift for Steve. So I have brought to the table the Egg Cream Fizz.
What?
Ooh.
It is a level 5 item containing neither eggs nor cream.
What is
the
this?
Egg Cream Fizz is a drink, and it contains milk or nut milk and sparkling water and flavored syrup. This is a real drink in real life, just so you know. Like, this is like old-fashioned soda shop, like diner drink.
Yeah, okay.
It's like an old school thing from the 50s.
Yeah.
And it's served frothed and chilled. So, for Pathfinder, when you drink the drink, you feel lighter and more buoyant. You get a 5-foot bonus to your movement speed for 10 minutes. And then you also get a bonus depending on the flavor of the drink.
What?
So this is where, it can be versatile for who you need to get it for, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a chocolate egg cream, then you get a +1 to acrobatics checks for balance,
Okay.
maneuver, and squeeze. If it's a strawberry egg cream, you get the bonus to athletic checks to climb, leap, and swim. And if it's a vanilla one, you can just step in difficult terrain. So, it could be helpful
What
for a lot of
level is
different
this?
people. It's a 5.
This is pretty cool.
That is really cool. Quick, pass me the egg cream.
I know. Like, I'm going into battle. Let me drink this. Woo!
Or you just have like a bandolier of egg creams. Like, oh, are those alchemical bombs? No, they're egg creams.
Egg creams.
So I found this one because in the campaign that you were both in with me, I have the bartender.
Right.
And these are the things that she makes.
Nice.
That's awesome. Well, I was just thinking like, now I feel like I need to have like a soda shop. Like not even
Yes!
a bar, but a soda shop
Yeah.
for the players to visit.
Dang.
There are several. So this came from Treasure Vault, which is just delightful. Would recommend highly.
Right.
But there's a few things that are like drink consumables that are just really fabulous in there. I pulled like 3 and I was like, I can only talk about one. So I have to narrow it down.
Yeah, my grimoire was also from Treasure Vault. If you want some fun items, pick up Treasure Vault. It's a good
I
book.
feel like we do a bad job as players using our consumables too.
As players, we are bad at items.
Yeah.
I was trained from a early age that I'm not allowed to have any items because Charles ruined it all.
Well, I think it's easier when it's like, okay, my weapon has runes or my weapon has things that stack. My armor has things that are just always there.
Yeah.
I think when it's the consumables or something that you need to like pull out where it's not just like passively there all the time, it's hard to just to keep track of all of those things. And then on top of like, here are all my spells and all of my other skills. And I think the items tend to like fall to the bottom when you're like, mechanically, what can I do right now?
Well, and I don't know. I have like Skyrim syndrome of like, you finish the game, you're like, oh, thank God I held on to these 250 lesser potions.
Yeah.
And 300 mana potions.
And 400 wheels of cheese.
Yeah, like, there's no situations I would have ever needed any of these.
Yeah. Cool. No, I like that. Ryan, what's your second item?
My second item is a little bit tougher. So I was really trying to figure out how I could gift something to an investigator.
Okay.
You know, that person in your life that really wants to dig down deep and like really figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Right? But then sometimes I kind of went the other way and I was like, well, but sometimes that person doesn't want to be the investigator. Sometimes they just want to fix the problem. So I'm going to get them a trebuchet.
Oh.
Is it a full-size trebuchet?
It is a full-size trebuchet. Level 10, 2,000 gold. A long wooden arm and a heavy counterweight. A trebuchet can hurl massive projectiles from a large sling, releasing the projectile at the ideal point in the arm's arc.
Okay. So as an investigator, is it like you like math?
Well, no. So my thought here was like, Batman has lots of like small little trinkets and tools and stuff. Batman also has the Batmobile.
Oh.
Batman also has like the Batwing, right? Like sometimes an investigator, you need a tool to really bust open your investigation, break through the walls of logic.
Yeah.
You don't want people to think that you just sit there and think all the time.
Right.
Sometimes you are a person of action.
That's right. That's exactly right. So, you know, you go around, you follow the thief's trail, you find out the thief is holed up in some fortress, and the thief thinks, oh, I have diplomatic immunity. Diplomatic immunity doesn't mean anything against a trebuchet.
I have a giant rock in a cup. Ha!
Also, Pathfinder rules, Put your party in the trebuchet. Launch them over the walls. Put on a ring of featherfall.
Ooh.
They fall into the fortress. You've now inserted yourself into the fortress.
Look at that battle tactic.
We don't need no Trojan horse.
Sir, they're wheeling a trebuchet up.
They're putting a rock. No, that's not a rock. They're putting 5 people in the trebuchet.
Maybe it's an acrobatic circus act.
The only problem,
No. They have swords.
the only problem with this is I couldn't think of how to discreetly gift this. I think if you're committed to the trebuchet gag, you
have to wrap it.
gotta wrap it entirely.
Yeah. It's like, what is that? I don't know. Maybe you should unwrap it. It's just a trebuchet wrapped in gift.
So there you go, Tyler.
Okay.
Sam, get your loved one a trebuchet.
All right.
That is actually about as logical as the commercials that are like, buy your loved one a car.
Oh,
Where it's like-
I love those commercials that are like, do you have $300,000 sitting around? Buy your spouse a Lexus.
Yeah, do you have or buy 2. One
Yeah.
for every member of the family.
The buy one, get one savings event only this week.
Yeah.
Wrapped in a bow in your driveway, because no one will notice that.
And also, making large financial decisions without your spouse always going to go over well. Anyway, so yeah, trebuchet. Buy your loved one a trebuchet.
See?
Cool. Okay, so my second item would kind of fit more maybe in a white elephant exchange.
Okay.
So if I had to choose somebody to give this specifically to, and if it wasn't part of a white elephant, I'd give it to a swashbuckler.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one I trust to keep doing what they're doing, or one I don't like that much. So my item is a sunken pistol. It is a level 8 item. It is from the book Guns and Gears.
Love Guns and Gears.
Guns and Gears. So it's basically a dragon mouth pistol, which is kind of like
Explain to me what a dragon mouth pistol is.
a dragon mouth pistol basically like shoots in a cone. So
Okay.
it kind of like shoots out its stuff in a cone. So what makes the sunken pistol special is it's intelligent.
Oh.
So it is imbued with the unfulfilled desires and insatiable greed of its previous wielder,
Oh boy.
a notorious pirate drowned at sea. It is coated in a fine layer of dried salt and encrusted with barnacles, and it acts as though it's a +1 striking dragonmouth pistol with the effects of a ghost touch rune. The also nice thing is, as an intelligent item, it urges you to amass a hoard of treasure, even a dragon would be proud of. And it just wants you to be wealth beyond all measure. And it wants to help you with that. It'll demoralize your opponents while you're doing your thing. If you're underwater, it'll cast water breathing for you.
This thing's really useful.
Yeah. So the downside
Oh
here we
no.
go.
Here it happens.
is if you are not proving as lucrative as
Oh.
it wants you to be, or if you are any charitable with your hoard or unwilling to retrieve a specific treasure, it'll instead turn on you and start trying to demoralize you in combat.
Oh jeez.
And if you are underwater and used to it casting water breathing, it'll occasionally dismiss water breathing on you to try to drown you. So, like I said, if you are if you're a swashbuckler who's going to continue that life, all the more power to you. But if you ever want to give up that life, this is not a good gift.
This is a brutal white elephant gift too. You're right.
Yeah, like it's good. It's good as long as you continue maintaining, and then it could definitely just turn on you a little bit.
Don't have that change of conscience.
Yeah. This is not for the change of heart.
So it like talks like out loud.
Yeah.
So it's just like shouting at the enemy or you, depending on if it likes you today.
Yeah. It'll like, I just want to imagine it's the Monty Python like Frenchman yelling or in pirate voice at the enemies to demoralize them.
You're short. Oh.
Aw.
That's sad.
Yeah.
All right, so my second item. This could be for a couple of people in your party, but it's generally going to be for that support person. So this would be a good gift for possibly your cleric, possibly your hallowed necromancer, really someone who's hanging out in the back and helping everybody out.
Your friendly hollowed necromancer.
That's a little specific, which is why I said other people could use it too. The item is the Ghost Lantern.
Okay.
It is a level 12 item. So how the lantern functions, it looks like a normal hooded lantern, but it is crafted from cold iron. And once per day, you can open the lantern shutters, interact with it, turn it on, and then the light from the lantern is gonna kind of soften those boundaries between the planes. And what happens is anybody in the light of the lantern that is on the material plane gains the effects of a ghost touch property rune on all their weapons.
That's pretty good.
That's really nice.
And on armored attacks. So, if you're hanging out in the back and you're like, oh shoot, my party has just encountered a bunch of ghosties. Well, cool. I'm hanging out in the back. Let me just pop this lantern on, and then everybody is suddenly way more effective.
What's the range of it?
Probably just like visual range. I don't know. Yeah, hit by the light, I guess.
Bright light. Is that 30 feet?
Maybe. That would seem reasonable.
Maybe. Doesn't specifically
I don't
give
have
range.
Treasure Vault open right now, so
Oh.
I don't have all my notes for it, so we can consult the book and I can tell you exactly what it is. But my assumption would be it would be like if you're within 30 feet.
Huh. That's very useful. Even for not a hallowed necromancer.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I'm like, anyone else who's like hanging out in the back and needs to help out their party. It only lasts for 5 minutes, or until you close the shutters, and you can only do it once per day. So it's not like, you suddenly get really all powerful all against other people all the
Right.
time, but good for a moment.
So it's a standard hooded lantern, which sheds a 30-foot radius.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I was
And
right.
dim for the next. So 30-foot bright, 30-foot dim. So if you're in the bright radius,
Yes.
it counts.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah, 30 feet.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
like that.
We're
fun.
literally just in, I feel like, in all the campaigns I'm in some form, everybody's talking about like, oh, we need a ghost touch rune, but they're kind of expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So it is kind of frustrating to be like, oh, yeah, we all need ghost touch separately. So obviously this is the higher level item, but if you can just automatically give everybody.
Yeah, definitely more efficient especially if you're not expecting to fight ghosts every day, every encounter.
Yeah.
You're not
My assumption is this is more cost effective. It's $18.50. And I'm like, I don't know how much, like, depending on how big your party is, like, if you got 6 people that all need ghost touch runes, like, I feel like that would rack up. So.
Well, and especially if you want to, like, it can be effective because then you basically get double the runes. Because if I want a flaming rune or something and I don't want to put a ghost touch, because you only have so many property runes on a weapon.
You
So
don't
if
get to use both at the same time. So if you already have one that has, like, so if you have a +1 sword that already has, like, a flaming rune on it, you can choose to suppress that to gain the ghost touch.
Well-
so you can't surpass the max number of runes that you can have on a weapon by using the effect.
That's fair.
But even like your backup weapon, right? Like my ranger carries a sword and a bow.
Right,
And
right.
I would almost never put ghost touch on both of those items.
Well, I think, yeah. And obviously, if your campaign's just undead heavy, this feels like it would just be good in a lot of situations.
Pays
Nice.
dividends.
Cool.
I liked that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Also, Treasure Vault. Love it.
I know. I actually had 4 different items up here, and I was deciding while we were talking which ones I was going to pick. I did have, like, the slight concern. I was like, what if someone picks one of the items? There's, like, a million items. I'm not sure why that was my concern.
Cool.
It's fine. So anyway, that has been the Tabletop gift guide for 2023. We maybe are not as cool as Oprah's gift guide, but we think we're far more useful in combat.
We can say we'll give you all this item, but you'd have to take it up with your GMs. Just tell
Yeah,
them the
it's
Tabletop Travel Guide gave it to you guys.
And if you look under your chair right now, there's a copy of the Treasure Vault. Not under it. It's not
Not
under your seat. Look back at the road. You're probably listening to this while you drive.
Yes.
We would recommend, though, picking up the Treasure Vault. It is a delightful read, and I was just really enjoying reading through this book of items because it's narrated in a really fun way.
Yeah.
All right, so that is it for our tabletop finds today. Hope it inspired your holiday tabletop roleplay games in a fabulous way. We will see you all next week for our final episode of 2023. But until then, safe travels.
Happy holidays.